going on, 50?
What's going on, Brady? How you doing today?
Doing all right, doing all right.
Lovely day out in AZ, man. I'm blessed to be out here. Just thankful to be out here. Thankful. If it wasn't for God, I don't know where I'd be. I just blessed for the good and the bad, for real.
All right, so we're going to talk about some of your real life issues today. So why don't you just start by telling us who is 50?
Man, my name is Matthew Simpson. I'm a young kid from Detroit, Michigan, trying to make a way out of nowhere. As you know, Detroit is one of them areas where it's a lot of violence, a lot of guns, a lot of gang violence, all of that, and I just try to channel my energy into doing positive things and showing the younger people that it's more to life than just Detroit.
What motivated you to play football?
Okay, initially it was just started from my older cousin just running around playing football every day, and that just is what made me want to go out there and play. But what motivated me was just being in a household with a single parent and just seeing my mom going through it with her boyfriend, my stepdad, and it was just a way for me to get away. Like, that was the best part of my day. I wanted to go to practice. That's what I love to do.
What age were you the first time you got into organized football?
Man, I was 7 years old. 7 years old. It started with the West Side Cougars. That's where it all started. I got my name 50. The first time I ever got a jersey, they tossed me the jersey 50. They didn't know my name. They just gave me the number and then called me Lil 50, and it stuck with me. And that's where it all started. That's where it all started. I left the Cougars and went over to the Dragons. Played my last year at PAL, which is the Police Athletic League. I left there and went to Pop Warner, which was vital because that's when I met my mentor, Coach Sanders. He was the person that saw something in me and held me to a higher standard. He made sure I stayed disciplined. In PAL, I really didn't have to do too much. They seen that I was good, so they allowed me to do what I wanted to do. But when I went to Pop Warner, he showed me that discipline and accountability was vital. Like, that was a big thing. So that's what I really learned from Pop Warner. And I take that with me now.
So Pop Warner, that was good. It provided foundation, it provided structure.
Definitely.
Now we're moving on to high school. Where'd you go to school?
I went to Birmingham Groves first. Birmingham Groves. And that was rough. That was rough because I came from the inner city, Detroit public schools, where the teachers not really teaching too much. We don't have the books. We don't have the financial standpoint to really back the kids on the academic level. So when I went to Birmingham Groves, everything was state of the art. Everything was state of the art. I'm talking about they got all the books, they got laptops, they got everything that they need. So when I got over there, some of my classes that I was taking, I never had seen nothing that they was doing. So 9th grade, I'm coming in, they kids is just reviewing the stuff with the teachers, and I never seen it at all. So I'm behind. So now I'm starting to panic because I'm so far behind the class, and these kids got a lot of money. They got all the new shoes and all the new everything, like the new phones. They had that's when Blackberries came out. Blackberries, that's like the new iPhones now. So I ain't had no Blackberry, so I'm looking at them like, damn, I want that. That's what I want. Man, I remember just going to little kids' book bags, taking their money for lunch, going into the lunchroom, stealing food for lunch, like just being bad, like gambling in the locker rooms. But I remember just being like a menace to the school. And the reason why they ain't kicked me out for real is because I played football and I played basketball, and I was kind of like one of the faces of Birmingham Groves.
So you mentioned you were one of the faces of the sports program there at the high school. I'm assuming this means things are going pretty well for you athletically by this point.
Definitely. Going into my sophomore year, I was supposed to be the starting cornerback. Getting first team reps throughout the summer in camp, 7-on-7s. So maybe about a week or two before the season started, my coach put me aside and say, I can't let you play varsity because we had 7 DBs that's seniors. And that was the first time I ever got a taste of politics. Politics real for real. And that kind of hurt me, but I went down to play JV. I think I played three or four games. I think I had like 500 yards in a couple games. It was too easy for me. The game that I was supposed to get moved up to play varsity, I broke my ankle and it crushed my soul. It hurt me, but I knew that it wasn't over. I was just sad that I couldn't finish the season with my guys for real. After I got my cast off, I just tried to work as hard as possible to come back better than I did the last year. Going into my junior year, I was definitely the starter. Had a great season. Ended up going all-state, honorable mention, all-conference. So I was thinking going into my senior year, I was going to be great.
So junior season's over.
Yeah.
You're an all-conference defensive back, and the stage is set. You're going to have a great senior year.
Yeah, definitely. I was looking forward to having a great year. Shout out to Mazo, band game Mazo first, before I even go further. But senior season was supposed to be great for me. I was talking to schools, Buffalo, a couple different schools. Ended up getting kicked out. Probably December time, and transferred to Crockett, where I had already knew the guys because I wanted to go there before, but my mom didn't let me. The school was maybe about 5 or 10 minutes down the street from my house, and my best friend Charles, he like, man, come over here with me, and y'all gonna have a great season.
Okay, so it's December. You're in a position now where you have to transfer schools. You're not a senior yet, but football never stops, and you do need to start preparing for your senior year of football.
Yes. So I transferred over to Crockett, which was a great program in PSL, which is the Detroit Public League. And we was looking to have a state championship team that year. Desmond King, which is the Jim Thorpe Award winner 2 years ago. We had Khalid Hill, committed to Michigan right now, up at Michigan right now. He's going to get drafted next year. Khalil Hill, he was one of them guys that was coming up too. So we had a lot of talent. So we was looking to make a big run. So my coach is like, you can be that piece that bring it all together. So I'm thinking that's what I'm about to do. They got me taking snaps at quarterback, running back, receiver. I'm playing corner. So I'm thinking it's all about to come together. So going into senior season, we go out to a camp in Florida. Cam Newton 7-on-7 tournament. First play of the tournament, I went up, caught an interception, and came down and broke my ankle again.
Same ankle?
Same ankle. So I was crushed. When I tell you, like, the first one, they had nothing on this one. I was going into my senior year thinking it was about to be everything. After I broke my ankle, I came back in 6 weeks, which was too early because I wasn't healthy enough. And that reflected on the field. I wasn't as confident as I usually was. So I wasn't able to put the film together like I wanted to. And that had a real big effect on what schools was recruiting me, where I was going to go to school at next. And at that time, I didn't even want to play no more because I didn't feel too good about the recruiting process in my senior year. So I was going back and forth on if I was going to play, if I was just going to go to school, if I was going to just be a student, what I was going to do. And I wasn't sure.
Senior season obviously didn't go the way you wanted it to. Now you have to do some reflecting. Now it's time to make some decisions. Where do you go next?
Man, I didn't have any offers coming out, but I was blessed to have my dad. He had a friend that was in Alabama that went to Alabama State that was connected with the head coach. So I took my visit to Alabama State. He talked to me about my ACT score. He told me I could either take it over again or I could take summer classes, which would make me eligible for the season time. Kind of found out when I took those summer classes, I got back down there in the fall, those classes that I took weren't credited. So I was ineligible. So I was just down there, not playing ball, still trying to stay focused and grind it out. Still trying to work real hard. I would train maybe twice a day on top of my classes just so I can stay in shape and do as much as they was doing. But I hated it. I hated it because I felt like I was just down there for nothing and I wasn't doing what I really wanted to do. So being down there just helped me develop as a person. My people skills, just being able to do things on my own without having nobody around.
So, okay, we can draw something positive out of your experience down in Alabama, but you're not feeling comfortable there because things aren't going the way that you wanted. You were told one thing, something else happened. What goes on next?
Yes. So summertime, I go back home, and I was just trying to figure out if I was gonna play ball, where I was gonna play at.
Because no football happened the whole time you were at Alabama.
No. So I took off a whole year basically. Got back home. Coach Sanders, which was my coach in Pop Warner, his son was graduating and was about to go to a school called Minnesota West. I jumped on it. I called the coach, I talked to him, and he was like, come on down. So that was the reason why I went down there.
So now you're at a school called Minnesota West. What was the campus like? What were the living arrangements like? What's the deal there?
Man, crazy. It was a struggle there. They didn't have no dorms or nothing, so we had to get our own apartment, which we had to pay our rent from our work study checks, and then we had to get EBT, which was government food assistance. So we had to just wait until that money dropped on our cards every month. So sometimes we'd be starving for weeks. So we'd go into the Walmart and steal carts of food to eat. Like, it was a struggle for real. It was maybe 4 or 5 people staying in one and 2-bedroom crib, like tripping. Like, we was just trying to get it for real.
You guys don't have enough money for food. You're a football player. You got to be strong. How you feeling about the athletic program at this point?
Man, I hated it for real, to be honest with you. I loved the guys just because we was from Detroit. It was maybe about 20 of us from Detroit, so we all came from the same struggle. We all knew each other. So on that aspect, my teammates were cool, but it wasn't good as an athlete because I didn't compete every day. I didn't have guys pushing me every day. I had to really stay focused and put discipline in myself to really go get it every day and put the work in.
So you were competing, you didn't feel like they were all in?
No, I'm not gonna say they weren't all in, but my mindset was on the business side of it. Like, this is a business trip for me. I'm not down here just to play ball and just say I'm in school. I'm trying to get out of here. I'm trying to graduate and go to the next level. It's not just about being here. It's about the next level for real. So my mindset was different than theirs.
I'm focused, man. Yeah.
We finally get to the season. Doesn't sound like you're feeling the vibe.
Yeah.
Where does everything go from here?
So I played 4 games. They went okay. Could have did a lot better, but it wasn't good. It wasn't what I thought it was gonna be. One day in practice, I didn't have the same energy that I usually brought to practice, just because of how practice was going. We didn't usually do anything. I didn't have to compete. It wasn't what I thought practice should be.
It didn't feel productive.
Not at all. So I get into practice. He already knew that my vibe was totally different.
This is your coach.
Yes. He knew my vibe was totally different. So we're doing the drill. He start the whole drill over and called me out and say, "You better do this shit right." So we do it over again.
Did you feel like you were doing it right?
I was on some bullshit for real. And he started over. So I'm still lagging around. He called me out again and say, "You either gonna get your shit together or get the fuck off my field." So I strapped my helmet and strapped my shoulder pads and tossed my shit and go in the locker room. I let my emotions get the best of me. And that's not cool at all.
You're an emotional football player. A lot of coaches like that.
Definitely.
It didn't work out to your advantage in this particular situation, though.
Yeah, definitely not. The next day, I went back in to go talk to him to see what I could do to get back on the team and everything. He told me to go talk to the captains. So I talked to the captains, and everybody was saying that they wanted me to come back and play. I'm not sure if they was telling me this and then going back to him, telling him a different story. I'm not sure what was going on, but from my understanding, everybody wanted me to come back and play. So I talked to the team and the captains. Everybody was good. So when I went back to him, they had just played a game. I went back to him. He told me that since they won their game, they had moved on. They moved forward, and I was done completely. So after that, I just continued to work out and focus on me and do what I was supposed to do, because I knew at the end of the day that wasn't the end of my road.
With this being your second school and not too much success in terms of your football collegiate career, how are you feeling about the position you're in right now?
Man, it was so many thoughts going through my head. I had so much doubt about what was going to happen, because I had went through 2 years of school, still wasn't in the position that I wanted to be in. I had guys that was on Division I level that was asserting themselves on that level, starting to make a name for themselves, and I was still trying to bounce around and find a way, just trying to find a way. So I really didn't know. I knew that's what I wanted to do, but I had so much thoughts about, dang, this might be the end of it, or dang, should I get a job, or should I just move on? So I finished up the semester, and it was time to make another decision. My homeboy Londell was playing at Scottsdale Community College at the time, and I talked to him, and he told me it would be a great fit out here. So I was just like, hey, I don't got nothing else to lose, so I'm gonna just make the jump.
The story continues. Now you find yourself in Scottsdale, Arizona, which is definitely a long ways from Detroit and a lot different. How'd everything go when you first got out here?
Hey, shout out to that boy T Grizz, he holding it down for the city, you know. Real Detroit nigga, you know. But when I first got out here, it was rough. My living arrangements didn't go as planned, so I really didn't know where I was gonna stay at. The first day I got out here, I slept in the bathroom at Scottsdale Community. The next day, my coach pulled me aside and told me I couldn't sleep in the bathroom no more. So I had to revert to something else and go to the shelter. Slept in the shelter that night.
So those are the first two nights right there. Bathroom at Scottsdale Community College, night 2 in the shelter.
That was crazy, but I knew at the end of the day I wasn't about to turn and go back home. I knew I had a goal that I set out before I got out here, and I was going to attain it. So I wasn't going home. I was going to make it happen.
Certainly not the beginning you envisioned upon your arrival in Arizona?
Not at all, not at all. I just thought it was gonna be school and ball. Not worried about a living condition or nothing. But it didn't go that way. I ended up having to move with a cousin that stayed an hour away, which had an effect on spring ball and school. I wasn't able to take a full-time semester. And I wasn't able to get to practice every day. So I wasn't able to play spring ball, which had an effect on me because being away from those type of people, those type of guys, my mind started getting focused on other things. I started thinking about money more, ended up getting a job, which there's nothing wrong with that, but I came out here to accomplish a goal, and that was to go to the next level. That was to play ball, to go to school, and I really wasn't doing that, so it was just like I was out here living. So now semester is over, it's summertime. Now I'm starting to get back in the mode of training. I'm training every day. I'm trying to prepare myself for any opportunity to come. I'm going to tryouts at Phoenix College, which I didn't get a call. I talked to Scottsdale coach once again, and it didn't work.
So Scottsdale had pretty much let you know at this point you're not participating in spring ball.
Yes.
You're probably not going to be part of our program.
That's what it was. And then I tried out for Glendale. Crazy because all they wanted me to do is run the 40.
Glendale Community College.
Glendale Community College. They wanted me to run the 40. And I didn't clock what they wanted me to clock. So they told me since I wasn't fast enough, I wasn't able to play on their team. So that lit a spark. That lit a spark because it was like, okay, you don't want me, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you I got what it takes. I told him that. Line your best cat up against me right now and I'll show you something. But he didn't want to do that. He wanted to go off of what he's seeing as far as how fast. But that don't mean nothing.
So that was your career at Glendale Community College, the 40-yard dash. No thank you. Now you're fired up.
So after the tryout at Glendale, I get cut. So now I'm really just panicking, trying to figure out what I'm going to do. Now I don't have anywhere to stay because I ended up getting put out of where I was staying at. I had a choice to make whether I was going to stay in Toby Wright's gym and train in there or go back home and stay with my mom and train there.
So Toby Wright was going to let you train at his gym and actually live in his gym.
Definitely. But the thing was with that, it was I really didn't have the structure for real down here, so I didn't want to take that chance. I knew that back at home, I didn't have to worry about food. I didn't have to worry about where I was laying my head at or nothing like that. All I had to worry about was staying focused on this one goal and training every day. When I first got back, I remember when my mom wouldn't even let me take her to work and take the car so I could go train. And the thing was with that is, I don't think she believed in the dream that I had. I don't think it was that she didn't believe in me, but I bullshitted for so long where she didn't see what I was seeing because of that.
A lot of setbacks at this point.
Yeah, a lot of setbacks. So she was really kind of like, what's going on? Like, you kind of getting a little bit older now. You need to be trying to do something different. And I didn't want to do that. But once she started seeing that I was grinding every day, I'm talking about waking up at 5:30 a.m. every morning, running the hill. I'm talking about we on the east side of Detroit where shit, ain't no street lights. You know, so I'm running to the hill in the morning at 5 o'clock in the morning and it's dark. Niggas get snatched up every day. But that's what I wanted to do, and that's what I knew I had to do to get where I needed to be. But she started seeing that, and she would wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning and say, bro, why are you doing this? It's too early in the morning for you to be running this early in the morning, and it's dangerous out there. And I'd be like, man, I gotta go get it. I gotta get it. And once she started seeing that every day at a consistent pattern, and she wasn't seeing that I wasn't partying, I wasn't bringing no girls around, I was just so focused on what I was trying to do. She started saying, look, you can take the car. You can take the car. Take me to work. I know you got to train at 11. I know this is what you got going on. I know you got to do this. So go ahead. So she started believing in what I was doing. And it was like, okay, these people that really wasn't on board for real, they started seeing that I was so consistent. They started to be like, okay, well, certain doors started opening up for me. You can go ahead and do that. I'll let you take my car. I'll take you here. I'll take you there. Because in the beginning, I was walking to practice. I'm talking about like walking miles and miles to get there, not eating, starving, just because I wanted to get it. I had to get it, and I wasn't gonna wait on nobody or worry about what nobody felt about it. So I was gonna do it on my own.
Optimism is back in the air. Sounds like mom's now on board. You've been training with a serious chip on your shoulder. Summer and the fall semesters have passed. Where do we go from here?
I ain't with that sucker shit. You wanna fuck the clip, put my team on. So, spring is right around the corner, so now I'm just trying to figure out where I was gonna go.
And you're still in Detroit?
Yes, I'm still in Detroit. I had trained, I was in the best shape that I had ever been in. So now I'm thinking about going to Grand Valley State. That's in Grand Rapids, Michigan. I was just gonna walk on. I didn't have no film, I didn't have nothing, so I was just like, well, I feel confident in my ability, so I might just go ahead and see what can happen with it. I told my uncle what my plans was. He like, well, no, Neff, I want you to go back to Arizona and complete what you started. You only at this time I was maybe 13 credits short. So he's like, well, go ahead and go out there and do what you need to do and graduate and get up out of there. So I'm like, well, I don't know. I feel about that because I ain't trying to stay and have the living conditions like I did before. He's like, man, I got you. I get you an apartment. You go out there and you make it happen. So I'm like, say no more. I'm going. I'm on the way. Now I got the living arrangements all set up. I got the transportation. Got in contact with the coach and told him my situation and that I wanted to come out and try out again, and everything was lined up. So I get out here, I'm in school going well, with weight training, that's going great, conditioning, all of that. So now springboard is about to start.
And this is back at Scottsdale Community College?
Yep, back at Scottsdale Community College. I went back. And springboard is about to start. We start spring. It's going well. But then I had a little hiccup. Huge hiccup. It was a life changer for real. Life changer. One night, my homegirl invited me to a party. I only knew her at the party. So I went. I had bought a bottle of 1800, a fifth of 1800 right before I went. It was her and a couple other friends. So I get there, we having a good time, but we standing outside of the party because they said it was too hot. I wanted to go in though. I heard a bunch of music, a bunch of people coming in and out. So I was like, hey, let me go see what the party like. So I go in, check it out. I check it out. It was banging in there. It was banging. They was having a good time, but it was hot like they said. It was hot for real. So I ended up leaving and going back outside with them. And we kicking it. So they waiting on their homegirls to go, so we can leave and go to another party. So they go in. They in there trying to get their girls to come on. So I walk in with them, but now I'm by myself. They in there doing what they doing. I'm chilling. I got the bottle in my head, I'm doing my thing. So
how many drinks have you had up to this point?
I probably had two shots. Dude walked past me first off, he told me to scoot to the side of the door. Scoot to the side of the door. I did that for him. I don't know him. I never seen him a day in my life. He come past again, walked straight into me, walked dead into me, and said, "Excuse me," and nothing. Now I'm like, hold on, what's going on? So I stopped him and said, "Damn, bro, what's up? Like, you can't say excuse me or nothing." He just looked at me, basically looked at me and was just like, "Fuck you!" Like didn't care what was going on or nothing. So we had our words. A girl jumped in the middle of us, and
One of the girls you were with?
no, one of the girls that he knew, she jumped in the middle of us, so she didn't want us to fight. So now he's telling me to come outside. So I'm going outside. It's me by myself, and he got six of his friends with him. Man, so once they try to attack me, I smacked him in the head with an 1800. Boom! Smacked it. So now it's a brawl. They jump on me. They jump me. So the security guard tried to get me, take me outside. I'm conversating with the police because I'm feeling like I ain't wrong. I'm defending myself. I'm doing what I'm supposed to. I'm protecting myself. You know, so I'm talking to the police. I'm thinking everything is good. I done told them the true story, everything. So they end up taking me to jail for assault with a deadly weapon and disorderly conduct. So I get locked up for 3-4 days. Mind you, we in spring ball now. We already in spring ball, so I missed 4 days of spring ball. They tell me I can come down and try out, you know. So now they like, we done came out here, you done came out here, we told you you can try out, you can make our team, but you're not here. So I get out, I go talk to him. He knew it was some bullshit because I got jumped. He knew it was some bullshit, so he really like, you can continue to play, but if this becomes a problem and you have a felony on your record, we can't keep you because I don't want all that scrutiny on my program. So I kept going, but mind you, this is all in the back of my head. This is all in the back of my head, knowing that I'm fighting a case. I went to go sit down with my lawyer, and she told me I was facing 5 to 15. 5 to 15. This is my first case. I've never been in no trouble before, and this what happens. So now I'm
never been in any real trouble.
Never been in no real trouble. Caught no case or nothing like that. So I got school on the line. I'm going to practice, but in the back of my mind, I know I got a case. So I'm trying to fight with, still trying to stay as focused as possible on the field and in school and fight a case. So I'm not really doing too much in spring ball. I'm not really making any plays like I'm supposed to because my head is out of it. I'm just trying to keep going. I talked to my homeboys a couple times like, bro, I don't even want to play. I'm done with this because I got too much going. And they tell me like, come on, bro, you gotta keep going. You gotta keep going. So I was blessed to have just some friends in my ear that was telling me to keep going and keep grinding and don't worry about it. So we finished up spring. Now I'm kind of like shaky because I didn't have a good spring there. So now I want to explore my other options and put some other stuff on the table because I didn't know for sure if they was going to cut me, if they was going to bring me back. So I tried out for Glendale again. And I tried out for PC.
Phoenix College.
Glendale, I tried out for them. Make the team. The coach called me like, when you coming? I need you here. Now, like, I want you to come now. Calling me 3 or 4 days straight. Like they want me to come play. And then PC, I talked to Phoenix College and the receiver coach told me, well, listen, I got my guys already, but if you come in and you work your ass off and you do what you gotta do, ain't no favoritism over here. So you gon' get the shot like everybody else. And he was so honest with me. I wanted to take that chance with him, especially he was a ex-NFL player. So I'm like, I can learn something from him, and I feel most comfortable at this. So I ain't even talking to Glendale no more. I'm good on y'all. I'm good. I'm about to go to Phoenix.
Phoenix College is now sounding like it's the spot. 0 for 2 at Scottsdale Community College. 0 for 2 at Glendale Community College, and at this point, it's all about the PC Bears.
Yes. I was blessed with that opportunity. Blessed with that. School was over, so didn't have to worry about that. I mean, I still had a little struggle sometimes. Only eat noodles during the day, no lights on in the apartment, but I was living, I was good. All I had to do was focus on playing ball now, so I'm putting all of my time into being the best player I can be at Phoenix College. I'm going to train with them, go throw with them. Everything is going good. We're going to camp. I think I was listed second on the depth chart at slot, at receiver, slot receiver. I think the second day of camp, I rolled my ankle. Second or third day of camp, I rolled my ankle. And now I can't even practice in camp, and this is the time where you fight for a spot. So I missed maybe a couple practices, which you only got 2 weeks of camp. So that's vital. That's vital when you trying to get a spot and be the starter. So I get hurt, but my coaches already kind of could see what I could do, so they really wasn't tripping. They was just trying to get me to come back. So I came back. I was doing good. I was still second on the depth chart. I knew it was gonna change come game time. So summer camp was cool. I was able to get around the ankle injury. So now we're getting prepared for the season, first game. I have another hiccup. I'm at home, I fall asleep. My lawyer was blowing up my phone. So once I wake up, I'm wondering what's going on. I'm thinking, I'm not knowing what's going on. They never called my phone like this, so I called them. They like, we need you to be at the court office right now. Like, right now, you missed court. I'm like, what? I didn't even know I had court. I can't blame it on him. I take the blame for it. I mean, it was on both ends. I feel like he could have spoke on it again, but at the same time, I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do and stayed on top of my court dates like I was supposed to. So I can't blame nobody else but me. I missed court. They put a bench warrant out for my arrest. So now I gotta make another decision whether I can turn myself in and make this all work a little smoother than it would be if I just stay out. Because if I get caught and I'm out on the warrant, I'm going to jail and it's gonna look bad on my head. So the lawyer's like, you either gonna turn yourself in or you gotta just stay low until you go back to court, which was 2 or 3 weeks after that day. So they like, man, I don't think it's a good decision. I think you need to go turn yourself in because it would look good with the court system and everything. So I turned myself in, man. I remember that day like it was yesterday. Just ride into the courthouse, just thinking about how I'm about to go tell these people that y'all gotta lock me up. Like, what? I've never heard nobody turn this up. What? You gotta catch me. You gotta catch me. No, but so I go turn myself in. The first courthouse I went to, they tell me, no, you gotta go to another place. You can't turn yourself in here. You gotta go somewhere else. So now I'm like, no, I ain't doing that because you didn't give me too close. I'm not doing that. So I go over there. I go to the next place that they send me to. they tell me, no, you can't, they won't come pick you up here, so you gotta go to this location. So now it's really starting to play in my head like it must not be meant for you to turn yourself into something. But I suck it up. I go turn myself in. Man, they told me we'll be out next week. You'll do just 12 days and you'll be good. So I'm like, cool, I'm gonna just have to go strap my nuts on and go do what I gotta do. I get in there, man. I'm eating oranges and cookies every single day. Oranges and cookies every day. I'm talking about not talking to nobody, not calling home, not doing nothing. And they're just trying to stay to myself because I wanted to go home. I knew I only had a couple days, so I don't want to get into it with nobody else. You feel me? Now, if it come down to it, if I got to take care of myself and do what I got to do, then shit, that's what I'm going to have to do. I got to do what I got to do. But I didn't want that, so I was trying to avoid everybody, stay away from everybody. I remember sitting in that cell, going crazy, like just trying to figure out what my next move was, like trying to reevaluate. Man, I remember telling myself, man, fuck football, school, everything. I was gonna stop playing football. I called home and I talked to my mama. When I talked to my mama that first time, I told her I'm done with school. I'm not playing ball. I'm about to go to school for truck driving, and I'm about to be a truck driver. Like, I was done with it. I was just ready to start something new and try to change my life around. It was crazy. It was crazy for real. So I'm in there, crossing the days off. I'm thinking I just got 12 days and I'm good. Thinking out there, my lawyers was out there working, which they were, but it didn't work out the way that they wanted. I ended up having to go back to court while I was locked up. They told me that I would have to sit until my next court date, which was in October. Mind you, this is in August, so I was gonna have to sit until October 28th. So I'm like, dog, what the fuck? So I'm in there, now I gotta just lock in. Now you in here, now you gotta just do what you gotta do. Now you gotta just do what you gotta do. So I make my first phone call after I get back from court. That was my first phone call after 2 days. My mom crying, she mad at me because I ain't called home. Because I wasn't doing that. I wasn't about to do that. I was just about to get these couple days over and I'm going home. So she like, man, we about to make something happen. I get another phone call the next day. Call home. She like, look, you getting out in a couple hours. So now I'm going home. I'm going home. I'm thinking it was gonna happen right then and there. It probably took maybe about, I think another day or so for me to get out. I got out, my uncle blessed me. Uncle, you blessed me, you did that. You blessed me. He put up my bond, and I was out. So I come home, I'm thinking like everything was gonna be back to normal. Well, not back to normal because I knew my coaches was gonna question me about what happened. But I'm thinking I was getting ready to get back on the field. Come to find out, my financial aid didn't process, and I thought it was. But when I was locked up, it did. So when I came home, my classes all dropped. I had no classes. So
because you were gone and there was maybe some paperwork that needed to be handled and didn't get handled, that was the last thing you were thinking about.
Yeah, definitely. So, mind you, I got to answer to these coaches and try to tell these coaches what's going on with my case. And then I don't have no classes. So they looking at me sideways like, no, I don't know what I can do with you. So I sat down with the coach and told him what happened because at the end of the day, this not no situation that I wanted to happen. This is not no trouble that I'm usually into. I had to do what I had to do. I had to turn myself in. I had to show them that I was sorry about missing court and everything like that. So I talked to him and we came to the agreement that he was going to allow me to practice because I couldn't get no classes with financial aid, so he was just gonna let me practice.
So you were off the team, but he was going to allow you to practice with the team.
So I wasn't eligible to play in the games, but I could practice every day. So I had a Pilates class. That's all I had, and I practiced. So season time, I was doing everything for the team. I'm talking about like coming to practice, trying to do everything I could to get better every day. Like I took practice like it was a game. Like every single day, people was coming out there like, we gotta practice. I'm out there live, getting ready because I know how fast that this game can go. I could be locked up right now, and I got the opportunity to be out here practicing. You know, so I was able to do that, and I was blessed about it. So every day in practice, I was trying to go hard, and I did. That's what I did, and I gained a lot of respect from the coaches up there with me doing that. So I was a part of that team, and they had a great season, best season they had in a long time. I learned a lot from that situation right there. Learned a lot, just staying focused in the midst of being at the lowest point. I didn't have to go to practice. I didn't have to go to practice. But I chose to do it just because I knew at the end of the day, this ain't the end of my road. I know it's a process to get where you're trying to go. And I was going to keep going. I was going to use that avenue right there that I can practice every day to get better. And I looked at it as an opportunity. And now it's December, and I got to find another way. Our lease was up. So now I can't go home because of my case. They told me I couldn't go home. The lawyers told me I couldn't go home. So I'm just out here. I gotta find a place to stay.
They told you couldn't go home. You can't leave the state because of the situation.
I can't leave the state. And I was blessed with my cousin Erica. Shout out to you, my baby. You made this happen for real. She let me stay with her. She let me stay with her without asking for a dime. None. She seen the vision for real. She seen what I was trying to do, and she made it happen. She allowed me to use her car when my car went down. She let me stay. She let me eat up all the food. Yeah, because I eat a lot, you know. And I was able to stay down here. She allowed me to stay down here to complete my next semester, which I only had 13 more credits to go. And she made that happen. At this point, I got one semester left, and I'm so excited about it. But I still worried about this trial that's coming up. We get the trial, and the prosecutor is not ready and wants the trial to be pushed back till what? Early April. So now it's February, so I gotta worry about a couple more months to figure out if I'm gonna be sitting down or if I'm still gonna be out. So it's still a waiting game. So April comes around, trial is up. So we get in the trial. We're about to pick the jury, and we get a new judge. We get in there, and she says her main witness is not around and hasn't been around for about 2-3 months. So she couldn't go through with the case because she didn't have her main witness, which was the dude that I was fighting. He didn't want to go through with the case, and they dropped the whole case. They dismissed my whole case.
After all that.
After a whole year and a half going through this, they dismissed it. That's by the grace of God. I swear that's by the grace of God. It just don't happen by chance that it happens that way. So now the case is dismissed. A couple more weeks before I graduate, I'm doing great in school, not worried about nothing. Everything is good. I'm just blessed. I'm blessed. And highly favored for real. Blessed and highly favored.
We're going to go ahead and start this segment, 50, with a nice big congratulations. You recently got that 2-year associate's degree.
Yeah.
As we've been discussing, it's been a long journey, but here you are. You got that done. Now on to the next phase of your life.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it, man. It was a long road, but it don't stop here. I'm going to pursue my dreams and my college education at the next level. I'm not sure yet. I'm undecided. I got a couple different schools looking at me, but I'm not sure yet. So.
I know you've been training hard. You've been training with some really good coaches, some elite university type speed training places.
Definitely. Just trying to get better every day. Trying to get better every day and take my talent to another level. So wherever I do go, I can bring that to the table. Yeah, I just want to take the time out to thank everybody that's in my corner. Friends, family, teachers, whoever took the time out to support me, I thank you. And I love you for that. Just because this was a struggle. It wasn't easy at all, but I did it. And if it wasn't for y'all being in my corner, I wouldn't be in the situation I am right now. Especially my mama and daddy now. I can't forget about y'all. Can't forget about y'all. Y'all mean so much to me. And throughout this process, we got closer. We got a lot closer. I gotta talk to y'all every day now. I love y'all, man. I love y'all. I do anything for y'all.
Another thing you filled me in on is that every song we've listened to throughout this entire video has been a Detroit-based hip-hop artist.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Shout out to Detroit, man. Shout out to Detroit, man. That's the greatest city in the world. That's where it all started, you know? It's a part of me.
Let me give my testimony. Let me start off by saying, never turn your back on me.
All right, 50. There's probably a lot of kids out there that are going through a lot of things. Your journey's unique. They have their own unique journeys. But what would you tell a young man that's facing adversity on their journey to success?
Hold on, man. I want to stop the music because this vibing right here. I want the kids to hear what I got to say on this. So let me stop this.
Thank you.
I just want to say, persevere. Success is not easy. Some people blessed to just shoot right to the top without no struggles, nothing in their way, nothing. But for a lot of people, you're going to have to go through struggles. You're going to have to get over a bunch of humps before you get to where you're trying to go. And success is, for some people, is totally different. I might want millions of dollars. You might just want a family and a house just to be comfortable, you know. So everybody is different, but in order to get to where you're trying to go, just understand that it's not just gonna be easy, and you gotta go and keep going at all costs. At all costs, because what can you say to the kid that's coming up behind you if you quit? You can't say nothing. If I can't talk to nobody if I quit. Period. So that's what I can say to the next person coming behind me. Just keep going through all costs. All costs. No matter the struggle, just keep going. Just keep going, because eventually you're gonna have a breakthrough. Eventually you're gonna have a breakthrough, and once you have that breakthrough, you're gonna look back at that shit like, damn, I went through it, but now I'm strong, you know? Now I'm strong, I'm rock solid. I'm rock solid, and can't nobody stop me, period. I can go wherever I want to go. It's just a mental thing. You don't know you can get through it when you're going through it, but when you get out of it, you're like, damn, I ain't even, oh yeah. If anything come again, I know I can get through it because I got through that. Come on, let's go. What's next? For real. What you got next for me? I can get through that shit because I got through the last thing. You know, so just know that. Like, just know it ain't gonna be easy and persevere. Hard work, dedication, and perseverance. I stand by that. I stand on that. For real. I live by that. For real.